Hey, how you doing guys? It's Ilya Belly here. I do coding stuff on YouTube, share the description for all my information. I do all LeetCode problems. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, give me a big thumbs up to support it, and this is called permutation in string. Given two strings s1 and s2, write a function to return true if s2 contains the permutation of s1. In other words, one of the first string's permutation in the substring of the second string. For example, there is a string s1 ab and s2 e I d b a o o o, and we return true because there is a permutation which is BA right here. Here we ain't got no permutation. We only have BOA, which is not the answer, so we just return false. Constraints. The input strings only contains lowercase letters, and the length of both given strings is in range from 1 up to 10,000. Well, we can solve this problem using the sliding window approach. We got two pointers, left and right, and every time we try to come up with the current sliding window, right? If it's true, we return true, otherwise we return false. In the case when there are all zeros into an array of frequencies, frequencies of all letters, we return true, right? And we create len1 equals to s1.length, the length of the first string, and len2 equals to the length of the second one. In the case when the length of the first string is greater than the length of the second one, we return false automatically. We need to create an array of frequencies, which is dictionary, right? New integer 26, because there are 26 letters into in English alphabet, and we create a for loop. Int I equals to 0, I is less than the length 1, the length of the first string, and I plus plus. Right here we say frequency at the position of s1, character at the position of 1 minus a, because of the ASCII table, you know guys. There are a few representation like character, hexadecimal, octal, and decimal representation. Here we convert to integer, so that's pretty obvious that it is decimal representation. So right here we just increment by 1 the current frequency, the frequency of the current letter, and frequency at s2 character at the position of I minus a, we decrement by 1 when we are looping through the second string s2. And also we should implement the next method, which is check zeros. As I said, we pass frequency, and in the case when there are all zeros into that string, into that array of frequencies, we return true. So right here we use this kind of like this in order to get the right index. Suppose we have a string a b a. So initially frequencies, this array is set up to zeros, right, up to 26, and the position of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and right here A, B, C, D, E, and so on and so forth. When we see A, we increment at the position of A, right? That means, like, I don't really remember, I think that is 97. Right here 97 minus 97 equals to 0, so we just increment the position of 0 by 1. Then at the position of B, which is probably 98, right, minus 97 equals to 1, so at this position we increment by 1. Again we see A, so we just increment by 1 again, and this is how that works. So right there you need to create another for loop. Int I equals to the length of the first string. We start from that position. I is less than len dot len 2 and I plus plus, and we have two pointers, as I said. The right pointer frequency at the position of S2, character at I minus A, this character. We decrement the frequency at the current letter. We are looping through this string S2, right? And also we should increment the frequency at the position of character at I minus the length of the first string by 1. This means that we just get to the start of this sliding window, right? And right here we are at the end of the sliding window. So in the case when, again, all zeros, we just return true, and otherwise we return false. Also we implement an extra helper method, boolean, which is check zeros, int frequencies for int I equals to 0, I is less than 26, or just the length of these frequencies, I plus plus, and at each iteration we check if frequency at the position of I is right here. By the way, we need to say minus A because of the ASCII table, and right here if frequency at the position of I doesn't equal to 0, we return false, otherwise we return true at the end of this iteration. Yeah, that's the whole problem. So we have the length of the first string, the length of the second one. In the case when the first string is bigger than the second one, we return false. We create a dictionary in order to count the frequencies. Right here we are looping through both strings up to the length of the first one, and we into that first one we just increment the frequency of the current character by 1, and at the second into that second string we at this position of I we decrement the frequency into that frequencies, right? And In the case when there are all zeros, we just return true. Otherwise, we start from the position of the end of the first string, suppose like 2, right? So 0, 1, 2 at this point, right? At this position, and we are looping through the end of this string. At the right pointer, we decrement the frequency by 1. At the left pointer, we increment the frequency by 1. And in order to get to the start of a sliding window, we say I minus len 1 minus this character, and in the case when there are all zeros, we return true. Current substring, right? Otherwise, we return false. That's it. That's the whole problem. Accepted. Great. There we go. Success. Thank you guys for watching. Leave your comments below. I want to know what you think. Well, I am out of here. Have a beautiful day, and subscribe to my channel. Give me a big thumbs up to support it. Follow me on social medias. Again, I do all LeetCode problems, and thank you. Bye.